Okay guys, today's video, I'm working on the doors for Deb's Blazer, and I broke it up. I went ahead and released yesterday's video Sunday night. Hopefully you watched it. If you didn't, I put new wheels on the black Jeep. I get shocks on the back of the black Jeep, and today I couldn't work anymore on the black Jeep because I was waiting on these little things to come in, and they just came in. And I've already got a lot done, which you'll see in this video. But I started Deb's doors on the Blazer, and that's what today's video consists of. I normally try to make everything into one longer video for my days off. But if you could let me know, would you rather the videos be shorter and I just kind of cap like day 1, day 2 if I can, like I did this weekend? Leave me a comment and let me know what you would prefer. I'm still new to this, guys. I've only been like a year and a half into doing YouTube pretty regularly, and I still have a lot to learn. So I'm trying what I can, but I have, anyway, whatever. Just enjoy the damn video. Late to the party, right? These are the pieces I made that go to the factory door panel and the Blazer. Those, it's sunny out there. Them things are what I had cut off of the things I just showed you. Now, I've been busy this morning, but I got one side here and I got one side here, and just used the router flush trim to cut the thin board to match the thick one. And what I did is I basically cut one out with a jigsaw, and I just kept tracing. So here's gonna be the layout. If we say this is the driver door, 1, 2, 3, 4/8, 2 tweeters. So I made sure that this does fit the door frame up there, the fiberglass piece. So essentially these 8-inch holes here, they will be cut out to the size of the speaker. The line I have here is the outside. I'll measure it and I will cut that the size of this, so when it's all put together nice and neat, they'll be flush trimmed. The tweeters, however, I'm not going to flush trim the tweeters. It's just too much work, and it was a hassle, and nothing worked right in my Jeep when I did it. But that's what I got going. I'm getting ready to sand down the edges of this with a sander real quick, and it'll be time to start cutting holes. Yeah, that's why I did a video yesterday of the Jeep, and then I knew I was doing something different today, and I just jumped into this. I've been letting the wife film, so she'll have this whole process that I've done so far will be on her channel, which is Debbie Ain't Loud on YouTube. So she ain't filmed in forever, and today she actually started filming, and I wasn't interrupting her, guys. So that's why I'm kind of late to the party. Guys, I showed you this, but what I just did is I took my measurements and I wrote them down. That's like the cutout for the mid. That's the outer diameter of the mid. Cutout for the tweeter. I had everything screwed together and got my hose. I put an X on the hose that I definitely don't want to cut. So now I'm going to take the router and cut these mid holes. I'm going to cut one. Then I'm going to test the mid to make sure it fits. The mid didn't come out with any paperwork, so I literally just had to kind of take the tape measure to it. I'm hoping I'm right. It looks like, 7 1/8. I might go 1 pin above that, but who knows. I'm getting a bad shadow, so I'm just going to get this router cutting some holes. This is the backboard, so it's the actual speaker cutout size. I got to do the tweeter still on here. I'm getting ready to do the second tweeter hole on that one. I got the first one cut. And then I'll move on to these really thin boards, which I think this is like 1/8, but it'll have the cutout diameter of the outside of the speaker. So like to that line. So they sit flush, or that's my plan. Either way, that's what I'm trying to do. I got her working, guys. She is doing a little cleanup. We got some little wood frillies, but I'll show you.
Up a little, guys.
Show y'all what we got here. You don't even need to do that yet. But anyway, I always do holes when I stack the wood together. That way I got screw holes to line it back up and it's perfect. So yeah, the bottom piece here, that is where the speakers mount. I went ahead and did the flush trimming on the tweeters as well. But yeah, I got everything done. So yeah, now we just gotta basically clean up these inner edges, because these fit, the speakers fit really, really tight in the outer piece. So it just needs a little rough sanding, you know, to make sure everything fits good. And then what I'll do, I'll put glue along every seam here, and then I'm gonna screw them together. I'll use a few more screws, but these two will obviously be the ones that line me up when I glue it together. And then after it's glued together, I'll screw it and put some clamps, you know, my subwoofer Recon clamps around here to hold it. And then I'm gonna go back and pull the screws out. And when I fiberglass all this, I'm not gonna do how I did mine, where I got all the glass on the front of here of the fleece. I'm a fiberglass up to like this area, and then go back with a sander and cut the front fleece off. And then I'm gonna resin the front of this, so it'll still take color, and I'm not here trying to cut out fleece from that, you know. That's one thing you got to remember when you do stuff like this. Learn from your past mistakes, and that's what I'm doing. And Deb actually had a good idea. I used my 2 lineup hose, and I bolted this damn thing down, these 2 stacked together, and I cut both these hoses, you know, at one time. Just kind of cut a little bit, then set the router a little bit deeper, cut a little bit. So I got the hard part of making these doors done, I guess. Well, except for fiberglass, but it is what it is. The sun is still casting a crazy shadow, but I got this put together, clamped, glued. And I got the second one over here. So this would be driver's side, because I wanted the tweeters in the front high. Tweeters in the front high. I just prefer it that way. My Jeep's not that way. Some things went wrong, like in my Jeep, I got like the horns, eights, and the tweeters are kind of down here in an area that's by your thigh. You still hear them, but not as good if they was, you know, up toward the front. But I worked with what room I had. So, yeah. This is all I got accomplished today. But starting from nothing, just big pieces of wood, and getting the whole fronts laid out, that's a big step, because once he's dry, all I got to do is put them on the fiberglass back. And I'll do that with hot glue and, you know, measure and make wood standoffs to go under certain parts. So then I can wrap it in fleece and, you know, start laying resin down. So I think I got a pretty good bit done. And these definitely look way better than version 1. Version 1 was just kind of
thrown together,
squared, flat, and bland. And I kind of like having the swoops, because it does add a little something when you fiberglass it. It's harder to work with than sand, but it does add a little something. Deb's over already cleaning up.
Lot of stuff.
Throw them on the trailer. With the haul this crap off someday. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I got for you. Like I said, it wasn't a lot done this weekend. These are remarkably light, though. But it's just 1/2 inch and quarter. If this is quarter, it might be 1/8. I don't know. I know I wanted the 1/2 inch back to screw the speakers into. And then when I saw this little thin stuff at Lowe's, I think I got it for like 10 bucks because it already had that in it. And I mean, I'm done with it. That much is scrap. So, you know, it had these weird X's on it, but I don't care. But yeah, that's what I'm using this to countersink, basically. So it is what it is, guys. I'm learning a lot doing this. You know, you've seen me build, I think I have some of the footage on here on YouTube of doing the original doors in the Blazer. You've seen me do the doors in Jangalang, and I just keep getting better with what I do. And I think these are even going to turn out better than what's in Jangalang. So I'm trying. We do have the door handle to replace this. So to quit rattling, but we just ain't had a chance to put it in yet. But we got to before we put a panel on. So anyway, guys, we are out of here. Peace out, and as always, bass on.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you